Welcome, my lovely Libras and my handsome Libras. Welcome to your September 2023 reading. This is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you may have plans in the sign of Libra, or you were intuitively guided to the reading. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. That comes directly from your spirit guides. Whatever brought you. Welcome. I just want to give a quick announcement. I am running a personal reading special. It's 2 days, only for 2 more days. I did for a total of 5. And I only do like a couple days because I don't want you guys to have to wait extremely long for your reading. So that's why I limit it to 5 days, but we're down to 2 now. And all the information will be below. Also, I want to let you know I do have a membership program. Really, there's 3 tiers, but I'm bringing it down to 2 tiers. One is just simply a thank you, Sandy. It's $2.99, I think. I don't know why I put it so low, but I did. And then the next tier is where I go live with you. I try to do it once a week. Usually I do it once a week. And we have such a lovely group of people. I mean, I feel like we're all soulmates. And that is $19.99 a month. And you can cancel anytime you'd like. But you can ask any questions during the readings. I really get to know you, which is a good thing because I feel like our readings are... I'm calling them readings, and that's really what I'm doing. I was doing little personal readings for each, and you can ask as many questions as you like. So that's always going to be available to you, but the special is ending on the 21st. Well, it'll run to the end of the 21st. So just want to let you know that. I want to give a shout out to my nephew Sean, who is on September 24th. He's right on that cusp. And then I want to give a shout out to my beautiful granddaughter Lily, who is October 14th. I haven't seen her in a couple years and I miss her so much. She just graduated high school. Oh my gosh. And then Sean's mom, my sister Tracy, who I have always felt in our readings, always feel in your readings very clearly. Tracy, her birthday is October 15th, and I hope I didn't forget anyone, but and I know a lot of you share those birthdays, so I love that. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get into your reading. I had something amazing happen to me. It was a sign from my son, and when I say sign, I mean more than just one sign. And it's in the Leo reading. It's right at the beginning. So, if you worry that, if your loved ones are with you or not, you don't have to watch a whole Leo reading if you don't want to, but watch the beginning of it because I tell you the whole story. It's just amazing. I literally got a physical guitar. My boyfriend just walked in my office and said, "Hey, I saw this along curb and I thought you'd like it." And it was a Fender guitar. My son, who many of you know has crossed over, his favorite guitar, and it is worn on the frets exactly where his were. So, hello, physical guitar, but that's just one of the things that happened that day. So, and I know when my family comes across, it's to give you comfort also. It's not just for me. It's for you also. So, it's in the Leo reading for September, and it's right in the beginning if you want to watch it. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So we're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to, of course, use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. This is an oracle deck, by the way. I pulled out the Cosmic Tarot, which I don't use that often, but it was definitely calling to me. So we're going to use that. And for your main spread, I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams. Really one of my favorite decks, though all my decks are my favorites, but I really like the Light Seers Tarot. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. Many of you know that my cards are already shuffled before I even begin a reading. Because, you know, as I'm shuffling your cards before the reading, I just pick up a lot of information. I'm just thinking about you. And those that are going to be with me, you know, your spirit guides know if you're going to tune in. And they're going to give you messages. So they are pre-shuffled. Alright, let's give it a cut. By the way, there's a guitar over in the corner. Right there. It's got a prominent place in my office now. And yesterday, last night I sat down and was playing it. And it just brought me so much comfort. So anyway, let's keep going. Mother Mary, Mother Mary. Libra, September 2023. Jesus. Okay, Jesus. I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. I feel like you're going to the top. Jesus. You know, and I also feel this is confirmation for you that your prayers are being heard. Sometimes they're answered so differently than you expected, but usually so much better. So be open to that. Be open, like if you're looking for a solution to something, be open to like signs, and then be willing to like take a chance on that sign, because you never know where it's going to lead you. So Jesus, and we'll read that at the end of the reading from the book. That's where it's just most profound, I feel. All right, let's bring in the Light Seers. Give them some shuffles. By the way, we are going live Monday between 6 and 7. I haven't like pinpointed the exact time yet, but it'll probably be 7. That's when most people are available. And the group is not, you know, I don't want a large, you know, I don't want like hundreds of people in the group. I want to keep it relatively small so that I can like really get to know you. And I have to tell you, like a lot of times I feel my members' messages in these readings. So and a shout out to a few of my members who are Libras. Okay, I knew I was forgetting someone. All right, let's begin. We start with the Hierophant. Card of Taurus. Very close to your opposite. I believe Gemini. Is that right? Scorpio. No. Scorpio's opposite is Taurus. So your opposite, I think, is Aries. Yeah, pretty sure it's Aries. Just, I don't know, in case you wanted to know that. I feel like opposites really help fulfill each other. A lot of people think, oh, I should stay away from that. But I feel like, you know, what we don't have, they do, and vice versa. And we can really help each other along the way. So, but this is about your belief system, guys. This is about your faith. You know, it's interesting, Jesus came out, right? Because this is about your faith, your trust in your God, you know, all of that. It is a 5. So I feel like it's asking you to question it, you know, question your beliefs, question if you're living what feels like your authentic life, you're honoring your faith, that type of thing. Change means that something's coming. Something's on the horizon. And again, maybe that's why I said that, like, leave go of the expectations of exactly how things must show up. Maybe talking about that. All right. The Hierophant. It's like the stairway to heaven. We have the King of Swords. Could certainly be you, Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. I'm going to bring this lid down a little bit. This King's looking right back over at the Hierophant. You know, I love this King in the Light Seers because I feel like this King has climbed a mountaintop and has reached that mountaintop. You know, it was all about that journey. And I feel like someone has, like, they're reaching their mountaintop. Whatever that may mean for you, you know, it's the climb. The climb to get to that top is sometimes where that struggle is at, but it's also where you figure out within yourself, like, wow, you know, who thought I could have climbed that mountain? But then you do. Now, metaphorically, for some of you, you may enjoy mountain climbing. I know I do. We have the Two of Wands. And then we have the Devil. Interesting, the Devil is mirroring the Hierophant. Card of Capricorn, by the way. 2 earth signs anchoring the reading so far. Two of Wands, you know, Two of Wands to me is, you know, I'm thinking, well, I don't even feel like I'm thinking. I'm planning on my next adventure. I'm planning, you know, it's almost like I've climbed this mountaintop and now I'm ready for something new. It's interesting because she's looking at the Devil, and the Devil can certainly talk about temptations. It can cast illusions. However, because the Hierophant is mirroring it, I feel like all is fine. All will be clear. And for some of you, it's a Capricorn. Alright, let's keep going. You know, she's got the globe in front of her. She's got a map. She's got her VW bus, which we had when I was growing up. It's like she is setting herself up on a new adventure. Temperance, beautiful. First of all, I have 3 major arcanas out of 5 cards so far. Card of Sagittarius. This is about divine timing. You know, Temperance's message is patience, my child. Patience. Patience to allow things to come together. Patience for you. You know, sometimes I feel like the universe is asking us to have patience, but sometimes I feel like the universe is having patience with us. But it is about divine timing. So, you know, I feel like who's ever in this Two of Wands energy, again, the Two of Wands, it reminds me of the Fool. Like here I am, I'm going to take a leap of faith towards something. Temperance is divine energy that is part of this journey. I like that a lot. And then the Hierophant above that. And we're starting out with a 5, so some type of change. You know, change can be hard only because you know, sometimes there's uncertainty. Like, where will this take me? But I feel like because there's so much divine energy on the board, it takes you somewhere good. Okay, let's keep going. And I feel like you have a lot to say so in that. Again, she's got her map out. She's got the world out. Or her globe. We have the 4 cups. 4 cups can talk about discontentment and boredom in one's life. You know, I feel like there's someone who needs to get out in nature. I feel like there is someone who needs to, like, literally climb a mountain. And it doesn't have to be a big mountain. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like, oh my God, I'm not physically fit enough to climb a mountain. It just may talk about getting out in nature, grounding yourself. What am I holding? 4 cups. This talks about your using your spiritual discernment as it relates probably to where you're heading next. But it is discontentment and boredom. However, the person in the Four of Cups is really receiving a cup, an opportunity. What they do with it will be up to them, but it's like divine is going to hand you this cup. What will you do with it? Will you accept it? We have the Page of Swords. Person in the Page of Swords, she's reading a book. And from that book, she's receiving all these epiphanies. So you're being inspired in some way. It doesn't mean you're like physically reading a book, but there's something, I feel like something in the physical world that is inspiring you to potentially take a new venture, a new avenue. You know, it's like all of a sudden all these ideas come to you. Write them down. We have the Hermit, another major arcana. So now we have the Hermit mirroring Temperance. The Hermit, first of all, card of Virgo. You have all the earth signs out here. You have Taurus, Capricorn, and now Virgo. And you know what's interesting is I was trying to decide whether, and this is something I've never done before, I was going to do a video, and it was Earth that I was thinking about. I was going to do Earth signs with other Earth signs. But then I thought, no, I want to do Libra, because I was going to do your reading yesterday, but because of all these messages and signs I got from my son, who is a Leo, I decided to do Leo first and then you. I apologize about that, but I just felt like I had to get that message out. So anyways, that was another thing that was in my head, like earth signs with other earth signs. So I find it interesting that all the earth signs are out. You know, the Hermit's the wise old one. The Hermit has definitely walked through the dark night of the soul, asking those questions. What should I do with my life? Am I fulfilling my destiny? Do I believe in me? You know, the devil's right above the Hermit. The devil can certainly cast illusions. And that may be one of the reasons why I went into the Hermit mode. You know, the Hermit mode to me means, I want to say isolation, but I don't mean isolation in like I'm just hiding myself away from the world. Some of you could be, but this is more about seeking the wisdom of your steps in this physical plane. I'm using my spirituality, I'm connecting, or even if I don't feel like I'm connecting, you're definitely connecting to your guides who, you know, they help you find the light. And I often feel the Hermit, when the Hermit emerges from this dark night of the soul or the cave, whatever you want to say, I feel like the Hermit then becomes like a master teacher. Now, it doesn't mean I'm teaching the world. It may just be the words that I utter to people that for some reason it helps them in their life. I may not even realize that. Some of you could certainly talk about a spiritual type business. Again, you're receiving. It's funny because I almost feel like when you go into solitude, this is when you receive these epiphanies, these ideas, these messages, and then you're grabbing onto one of them, and I feel like you're going to move into that. Okay. Just keep going. You know, the Hermit, number 9. 9 stands for reflection, but it's final reflection, right? We're not meant to reflect back on our past, you know, for years and years. No. It's like if you go in looking for certain answers. I feel like you're going to find them with temperance over here, right? Divine is part of this. It's like whatever you're seeking, divine is helping to answer that for you. And then we have Jesus. I feel like someone's just bored in their life and they want some type of new adventure. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay. This is a self-created prison. And because it's self-created, I'm the only one who can uncreate it. I feel like, why did I create this prison? Well, it feels to me like, I don't know, like you stop believing in yourself. You know, when you used to have faith, like now your faith wavers. I'm sure there's reasons. There's probably people that came along who challenged you in some way, but this is rising above that. You know, in this card, I love this image because I feel like this is your higher self recognizing what your earthly self is doing, your humanness, right? It's like your spiritual being is looking at what your human being is doing and where you're stuck. You know, what am I trying to protect myself from? Hurt, pain, whatever has caused you to create this. But honestly, Libra, it's not the way to live, because when we learn that everything is energy, we are energy, and that's how we protect ourselves. It's through our energetic force. You know, if we trust in ourselves, we trust in our guides, I feel like there's no need to create these barriers. So we got to break them down. You know, maybe reflect, but then break them down. 8 is about a new beginning. It's allowing yourself to have a new beginning. So maybe temperance, divine, is waiting on you here. But with such lovely energy, I don't feel like there's a problem. I feel like you're going to break through that prison. You're going to escape. We have the 7 of Cups, but which way do I go, Sandy? Which cup do I choose? Again, it's coming below the 4 of Cups, where I feel like someone is, you know, I feel it's God that's handing you this cup. What do I do with it? 7 of Cups can feel a little chaotic. You know, it tells me, because it's by the 8 of Swords, that maybe some of you have stopped trusting in your decision making. And I get that. You know, I get that. It's like when we've made, you know, maybe free will decisions that didn't turn out so well. I don't want to repeat that, right? But sometimes it's karmic lessons. And if we understand that, like if we're able to reflect back and be like, that felt like a karmic lesson, and you learned that lesson, my dear, you have learned it for eternity. That means you don't have to repeat it. You know, what is karma? Karma is having to experience what you've made another experience. This lifetime, a past lifetime. You know, I feel like every lifetime we have the opportunity to pay back karma. It doesn't mean we always come with karma. You know, maybe this is like the end of it. What am I holding? 7 of Cups. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And look at this, another 6. We have the 6 of Swords. I like that. And I'll tell you why I like that. 6 of Swords, if you need to go back one card and understand what this person is leaving. You know, where are they going in this boat, and why are they in that boat? Well, they've taken that moment, just like the Hierophant asks you to do, first of all with the number 5. You know, but the Hierophant's asking you, check, you know, I want to say check yourself, but check, you know, make sure you're living by your belief system. You know, don't give up faith in that what feels like miracles can happen. But, you know, many times miracles require our human action, rewards, what have you. So this is moving away from the toxicity, whatever it may have been. Interesting, we have the devil up there again, Capricorn. I'm sorry. I am making my own tarot deck, and I am not calling it the devil. But it really stands for, first of all, I feel like, you know, we have to understand that we are made of light and dark, right? And it's finding that balance, right? Sometimes we are tempted to things that may not be good for us. So we just having that realization and knowing that we're stronger than that. And again, the devil can cast illusions, you know, follow me, everything will be okay. But here's the Hierophant, like, no, don't follow the devil. Follow me, follow God, follow the light, however you want to say it. Now, another reason why I love seeing the 6 of Swords here is because it's mirroring this 8 of Swords. So I do feel like you're breaking yourself free. And I want to say congratulations. Now, it is at the end of the reading. So, you know, whenever that may be, it'll be. But I feel like that's up to you. That is up to you. You have the 6 of Pentacles right before the 6 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles to me, first of all, talks about a very generous type energy, a very compassionate type energy, and that is you. That really is you. Remember, you're Libra. You're seeking that balance, fairness, and just. It's what you want in the world. It's what you want within your own life. So, and I feel like knowing that, you know, when I give, I receive. And if I'm not now, let's say I'm giving money, I'm helping to give a hand up to someone. For a lot of you, I feel like that feels very good to your soul. But we also got to know who we're handing our money out to, who we're giving this, you know, what we call hand out to. You know, are they going to use it to better their life, or are they going to use it to do the same old, same old? So, you know, maybe some of you have been with someone where you've given them the opportunity to see the darkness, and maybe they just don't want to move from it. There's nothing you can do about that, right? That's their free will choice, but you can move yourself away from that type of energy. 6 of Pentacles is that fine art of give and take, right? It's giving, but also understanding you deserve to receive. And if you're not receiving, well, suits on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Wands, my Queen of Action. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what's underneath her. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles could talk about starting something new within your creative house, within your work, your career, your spirituality. Some of you can be like spiritual type business. 8 of Pentacles, a lot of times I feel like, not always, but you know, I do feel like I'm working for myself. But really what the 8 of Pentacles talks about is your willingness. Like if you're willing to put in the work or the time or the attention, then you're going to benefit. Because I feel like the person in the 8 of Pentacles, not only are they going to benefit, and I also feel like you're going to receive epiphanies. It's almost like someone's writing a book, and it's like Spirit's helping you write it. It's like, where are all these words coming from? Just right. Just right. Like a scribe. And then one more thing about the Eight of Pentacles, because you do need to be willing to go into something, you know, even if you don't know everything you feel like you need to know. Eight of Pentacles to me is learning as you go. But it is action, right? It's like if you put focus on that, it's almost like a guarantee that it's going to be successful, whatever that may be for you. You know, it's moving towards the Nine of Pentacles. We'll see if we get the Nine of Pentacles. But I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the Cosmic Tarot. Let's give it a couple shuffles. So funny, I know so many of you wear headphones or earbuds, and I try to shuffle so quietly, but it doesn't always work out that way. Alright, let's give them a cut. And let's start at the beginning, but we're reading it as a whole. Alright, so we're looking at the Hierophant, who is sitting next to the King of Swords. But really, I feel like the King of Swords is looking back at the Hierophant. King of Swords, it's almost like I climbed my mountain, now what? Now what? What's the next place? What's the next adventure? We shall see. Well, it can be anything you want. But there may be something that's meant for you. So let's see. We have Justice. There you go. There's your major arcana. So again, this is about fairness and just, right? What is fair and just in my life and what's not? This is about balance. Sometimes we do need to cut the ties to the things or people that just are no longer serving us. And I don't mean serving us in an egotistical way. I mean, their energy is not matching our energy. Our vibrations are different. If anything, this is definitely speaking directly to you with the Hierophant's energy, right? It's asking you, believe in yourself. Some of you could talk about cutting ties. You know, it can represent a divorce. It can represent the law. Maybe some of you, that's the direction you want to go. And then, interesting, we have the King of Swords over the King of Swords. So we may have two Libras connected. Now, I'm saying Libras, but of course, could be Aquarius, could be Gemini. Doesn't have to be any of that. But we have two King of Swords connected. Right next to Justice. I find that interesting. You know, let's talk about the King of Swords in the upright. First of all, he has an owl. Both cards have an owl there, and that to me represents wisdom. And I feel like the sword for the King of Swords represents their truth. You know, I feel like if you are the King of Swords or you're with the King of Swords, you know, truth is the only thing that'll work. Like, if you come to me with lies, I'm going to see it, and I'm not going to take it. You know, maybe this takes time to get to that energy, but I definitely feel that. Like, you know, be authentic with me, or don't be with me. Okay, let's keep going. King of Swords can be very unique. You know what I mean? Like, very unique. Like, there may be things that you're just great at. You know, maybe what you call your specialties. And I'm not going to limit it because I feel like there may be many things. And I feel like that's kind of what the Page of Swords is talking about. Because I do feel like you're receiving epiphany, or idea after idea. It's like It's like everything just starts flowing for you. All right, interesting. The Two of Wands over the Two of Wands. Maybe these two kings, of course, could both be male, but it doesn't have to be male, you know. Because remember, we have masculine and feminine within us. Many times I feel like I'm more in my masculine energy than my feminine energy. But I found that's the way my life needed me to be. You know what I mean? But it is the balance of both. So the Two of Wands over the Two of Wands. I feel like whatever adventure is coming up, you're not taking it alone. And then the Hermit. Wow. The synchronicities. You know, you may find someone on this journey who is very much like you. And I'm talking vibrational, who enjoys the same things you enjoy. And if they don't, they're going to, you know, and I shouldn't say if they don't. Maybe you're introducing them to something new. Maybe they're introducing something new to you. But I feel it's exciting. Double Virgo on the board. Interesting, because I'm noticing the as above, so below type of energy. Six of Wands. This is the energy of victory. Often feel this is the energy of someone finding their platform. Not just finding their platform, but other people looking up to you. Looking up to you because of your actions. Can be your words, but there's action behind those words. And I often feel in this energy that, you know, if this is about a platform that you're about to take, I feel like a lot of people are going to find you, are going to need you, definitely look to you for advice. You know, I feel like it's soulmate type of energy. Like, tell me how you got to where you got. What did you do? What do I need to do? So some of you, with the Hermit here twice, you may be becoming in some form a master teacher. And again, it doesn't mean like this is what I planned in the world. It just may be because of your experiences, it's who you've become. And that's a good thing. Coming right over Temperance. Maybe you did have to wait for something. Maybe, you know, certain elements needed to be cleared before the next chapter could open up. But nonetheless, here we are. You know, who's the victory for? Well, it's right under your major arcana. Person in the Four of Cups is like, can that be me? I don't know. Like, almost like, tired. Don't know what to do. Tired of picking cups. They don't seem to work out. But this feels completely different. First of all, I feel like I've got to clear that energy if that's the way I'm thinking. Now, it doesn't mean you have to choose a cup. You don't have to do anything. Right? The Four of Cups, you can stay in that energy. But it is discontentment and boredom. Can I be successful with the platform? If you put the energy in, the answer is yes. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's see why some of you are in that energy. Some of you, I feel like you just need a change. You need a change in your life. And I feel like your guides agree with you. Judgment. Well, there you are. There's your guides. This is your spiritual team. And they're calling you to the present moment. Now, when you're being called to the present moment, that means that there's something coming your way. Something new is opening up. This is about a rebirth, right? I love that it's coming over the Four of Cups. Discontentment and boredom in my life. Judgment's like, well, hang on to your hat. Hang on to your hat. Because we're going to show you or illuminate another direction. Five of Cups. Five of Cups means a couple different things. First of all, I can talk about, first of all, it's a 5. Change, right? What is the Five of Cups asking you to consider changing? Your focus. Because in the Five of Cups, my focus is on what I have lost. How these, not even how, but like, I'm focusing on the cups that have fallen over. The love that has spilt. You know, the wrongs that have been done. But my focus is staying there. So the Five of Cups ask you to change that focus. And start thinking about, especially with the Two of Wands right above it. Think about, well, what could be next? Like, one thing didn't work out, but that doesn't mean everything won't work out in my life. What's the next adventure? In the Five of Cups, if this person says to themselves, I'm not going to focus on the past. I'm not going to focus on everything that's gone wrong. I'm going to start focusing on myself, my future. Well, there's 2 cups that have yet to be discovered in that Five of Cups. Only way I can discover them is by the changing of the energy. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands over the 8 of Swords. That kind of makes sense. And then we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. Interesting. Alright. I feel like in the 8 of Cups, I feel like you're trying to decide. You're trying to decide whether to end something or end a chapter. Let's just say, whether it be with a person, whatever it may be. It's a look within your emotional house. And I feel like it's what's needed, because in the 5 of Cups, again, it doesn't serve me to stay in the energy of all I have lost. And we have to be careful, because we can take on the victim mentality. And listen, even though we may be a victim, we don't want to stay in that energy. We don't want to give away that power, right? It's like reflect, like go through what you need, like go through the, whatever the hurt, like allow yourself to go through it, but don't allow yourself to get stuck in it. And that's what the 8 of Cups is doing. I love that the 8 of Cups is coming over the Hermit and then has the Hermit above it. So I feel like you're being guided. I definitely feel like you're being guided. And then you have the 5 of Wands here. That's battling type energy. That's a lot of ego type energy coming over that 8 of Swords. This may be the energy of, listen, maybe I'm trying, or I tried to make something work with someone, but it just didn't, right? Maybe I expect an apology, but you're probably not going to get it. But I have a feeling you don't need it. Maybe you think that you need it. But I don't think you'll get it. Because this is the energy of really nobody backing down. What's the best thing I can do in this energy? Well, you have the 6 of Swords here, which means leaving it. I often feel in the 5 of Wands, it can be like some type of narcissistic type energy. And I do feel like this is talking more about your current life. And then next to it's the 9 of Swords. Okay. I don't love that. Honestly, I don't love that. Because this is, worry. Sleepless nights. But the message of the card is unnecessary worry. So where's this worry coming from? Well, look back one card. There's the 8 of Swords. Look at that 5 of Cups. All that I have lost. And maybe the way that I've lost it. the expecting someone to apologize, but it never happens. And, you know, sometimes we end up with just, I'm going to say the wrong people, but I feel like anybody we end up with, there's a lesson to be learned there. Nine of Swords puts a little fear factor on, am I going to make this change or not? Your spiritual team is recognizing that within you. And they're telling you, this is unnecessary worry. Coming here to the Seven of Cups, it's like, Sandy, how do I choose a cup? Maybe you don't have to choose a cup. Maybe you just need to put your foot forward. And just tell the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. Bring it on. I'm going to try to let go of what was. Now, Five of Cups, there could be someone from your past coming in. You know, I don't feel like this is talking about, I feel like it's talking about more current energy, but the Five of Cups can talk about someone from the past. Alright, let's keep going. Whoa, that didn't take long at all. Six of Swords. Interesting. Look at the synchronicities in this reading. It is like two people are mirroring each other. And maybe unbeknownst to each other. I'm leaving, they're leaving. Now, doesn't mean I'm physically like jumping in a boat and leaving. But maybe. But it means I'm no longer willing to put up with lower vibrational energy. I'm no longer willing to give and give and give and not receive. I feel like two people are going through almost, I don't want to say the exact same thing, but very, very similar. Then we have the Nine of Wands. With the Two of Pentacles, I kind of like that because this is more using your logical mind now as it relates to maybe a cup that you're choosing or accepting a cup that's coming in. And then, hello, Ace of Swords. So this could certainly talk about some type of communication comes in that really helps change everything for you. But again, I feel like it's in your, you know, like the ball's in your court. You have to be, like, I feel like when an ace comes out, you have to be willing to accept that ace. You have to reach out and grab that ace. You know, this is communication, yes, but it's also truth. It's also unique to you. Though I feel like it's unique to two people. Someone may reach out. And listen, the more clarity you can have over your own life, the more that you can let go of lower vibrational energy and people and situations. The universe has to match that. That only raises your vibration, which means what comes towards you must be of the same vibration. If I stay in this discontentment, I can pretty much guarantee that that will be how my life will look a year from now. Pretty much the same. But if I look at it and say, you know what? I am bored within my life. I am discontent. I am tired of fighting. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of someone always telling me I'm wrong when I know I'm not wrong. But I'm afraid to make the change. Change is scary. Especially when we don't know where it's taking us. This is when we need to trust and have faith. Again, Jesus. What did Jesus say? I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. So know that. Judgment, your spiritual team. That's probably why I was talking about the amazing signs I got from my son. And I'm talking amazing. So, you know, for some of you, I'm telling you, go back and listen to Leo. You don't have to listen to the whole reading, but listen to the beginning. If you feel like you need it, you don't have to do it. So we have the Nine of Wands. Let's take a second and look at the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands does talk about a period of time when there was a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, no doubt. But this also asks you to look at yourself and how you have grown or how you can grow. I feel like by time we get to the Six of Swords, because this is you leaving that toxicity or whatever it is behind, getting ready to set out on a new adventure. Nine of Wands is the energy of when I reflect back, really what I want to look at is how have I grown from this situation? What have I learned? Do I now know what I don't want? And now I know what I do want, right? So I have a lot more clarity over my life because I was willing to just reflect back and see my own part within it. I feel like this person ultimately becomes a spirit warrior. You know, you are a spirit warrior. You just don't, sometimes you don't feel it. But then this Ace of Swords, again, puts a ball in your court. Like, if this is communication coming in, you know, do you answer that call? I kind of hope you do. Again, because I feel like two people are definitely on the same vibration. Two people, and listen, I don't feel like you're together yet. But I feel like two people are on the same vibration. Two people have had very similar experiences. And this can be someone you already know, maybe someone that you were with, you know, in the earlier days, and you went on your separate ways. That happens all the time, you know. I mean, my own story is my own story, right? I was with someone, fell in love in my teenage years, and then we went our separate ways, and 40 years later, out of the blue, hello, Ace of Swords, communication comes in. And it changed everything. It changed the course that my life was now going to take. And now I am physically living in union with this person. So who would have thunk? Not me. Didn't plan it. Didn't even think about it. Not that I haven't thought about him. But did I expect anything like that? No. Just like doing tarot reading. Did I expect that, you know, 15 years ago that this would be what I'd be doing for a living, especially compared to what I used to do? No. But here I am. Okay. Let's look at a couple things. First thing I want to do is I want to go over these two kings, especially because Judgment's right below them. Again, your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. So there can be a rebirth. You know, there's purpose behind that reading. Behind that. Three of Pentacles. Interesting. This could be two people who end up collaborating together. Making beautiful music together. Three of Pentacles to me is about your unique self and what it is that you can bring to the table. And I feel like in the Three of Pentacles, you know, other people are appreciating that part of you, where maybe someone before did not. But I'm looking at these kings. All right, let's take another one. Four of Swords, healing. Healing. Interesting because, you know, I used to say that we should really heal before we move to the next thing. But what I'm really starting to realize through my guides and through the readings is sometimes people do come in and help heal those little broken pieces that no matter what we do, we can't seem to heal ourselves. Well, Divine has a perfect plan in place. Really, it's your soul seed of intention. It's just Divine is helping to bring it about. So I feel like these kings are very, very healing to each other. Again, it doesn't have to mean it's two males. So for some, it probably is. But remember, again, masculine and feminine, we carry both. Be a beautiful energy of collaboration, like making beautiful music together. Okay. I want to look at the Two of Wands, because we have two of them. The two kings and the two of Wands. Let's see where they're going. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. The Moon. Card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, sitting right next to Pisces, but again, ruler of Cancer also. But you know me, most of you know me by now. It's like I'll give you the sign, and then beyond that, I kind of want you to forget the sign, and I want you to think of the energy of the person. So, Seven of Wands, we're looking at these two of Wands. Seven of Wands, standing one's ground. And maybe that's exactly what I need to do. I need to stand my ground and go after, and realize it's time for me to go after my own dreams, right? The moon next to it, first of all, the moon can be very dreamy type energy. So this could talk about someone or two people who've had and listen, you may have the same type of dream, like something that both wanted to create outside of each other, but then end up collaborating together. And I know that's not everyone, but that is some of you. So it is very dreamy type energy. Now, the moon can cast shadows, so it can mean, the future is somewhat uncertain, but that would make sense because we are the creator. You know what I mean? It is our seeds of intention that's going to be our harvest in the fall. If we never plant that seed, well, then there can't be a harvest. Queen of Cups is in the upright, loving, nurturing. This is someone who I feel like loves love. Doesn't mean she has to have love, but she appreciates love. She's someone who appreciates relationships. Alright, I'm not quite done with that. Maybe we're not meant to know exactly where it's going to take us. Princess of Wands. This princess takes a chance and thinks about it later. This is your younger self. This is your unencumbered self. This is your adventurous self. This is you saying yes. Let's do it. Let's see where it takes us. Yes, maybe we don't know exactly where it's going to end up, but you know what? It's all about the journey anyway, not about the final destination. And then the Three of Wands, how I look at it. This is being optimistic about my future. Don't forget, I got to plant that seed. And, if I look underneath that, we have that Page of Swords who's receiving epiphany after epiphany after epiphany, or idea after idea after idea. There's a seed in there. Take one of them, plant them, and then watch it blossom. You got to nurture it, right? It is your garden. And if you don't take care of your garden, the weeds will overtake it. So nurture that seed. Don't stand over it like, when are you going to grow? When are you going to grow? When are you going to grow? Plant that seed and know that in divine timing, it will blossom. So this is a very optimistic view at your future. Just as it should be. I feel like there are some changes that are happening. Yes. But I feel like the changes that are happening are only there to serve you. And by the way, listen, I don't feel like, for some of you, I don't feel like you even know that there's this like-minded person that's going to be on the same path. Okay, so we were looking at the Two of Wands there. Let's pick these up. And I want to look at the Five of Cups. The Sun. Card of Leo. What's the ruler of Leo? We have the Sun and we have the Moon. I just took the Moon away. But we did have the Moon. I love the Sun's energy because it tells you that this journey that maybe some of you are about to embark on, there's illumination. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like easy flowing. Oh, I'm thinking of a song by, oh my gosh. It's easy. Oh my gosh, the Commodores. Anyways, maybe we need to look that song up because I'm feeling it very clearly. I just don't know why I can't get the words. Sun's like a brand new day. It's a brand new day, and it is illumination. So, there's not a lot that you need to fear, if anything. If we remember that we're only in this lifetime for a limited amount of time. And when we get stuck, listen, sometimes we get stuck because our guidance is trying to show us a new direction. But we do have to realize, like, if I'm discontent and bored in my life, I'm the one who has to change it. I'm the one who has to begin the process. Let's put it that way. Because I definitely feel you're being guided. But you do need to begin the process. Or at least tell the universe, you know what? I'm ready for change. Some of you could talk about a Leo from your past. Princess of Cups. Hello, Princess of Cups. Well, let me tell you what the Princess of Cups means. She's about to receive a cup, and she doesn't even know it. This is an unexpected cup of fulfillment. Remember, the Knight of Cups is bringing the cup in. The Princess of Cups is the receiver of that cup. She doesn't know it's coming towards her, but nonetheless, it is. I'm looking at the Five of Cups, that for some of you, this can talk about someone that you used to know. And again, if it's someone you used to know, I don't feel like, it doesn't mean everything worked out perfectly, but I don't feel like a lot of this harshness is from them. So anyways, Princess of Cups. And then the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, well, first of all, it's 5. Someone could have broke up with you years and years and years ago. And you didn't have the luxury of just wallowing in the pain. Like, you had to keep moving in the Five of Pentacles. But I have to tell you, in the Five of Pentacles, I feel like the right people come along at the right time to help me. Now, I don't feel like this Five of Pentacles, honestly, is from someone of the past. Well, I mean, someone of the past, but not who this princess, not the cup that she's about to receive. Some of you, this is you throwing someone else out in the cold. Like, enough is enough. Is enough. Okay, I want to go below that 2 5s. 2 changes. Wow. Seven of Swords. And the 2 of Swords. So here's where a little confusion comes in. Seven of Swords talks about untrustworthy energy, but it's coming under the Sun. Now, I can certainly talk about a Leo who may have been untrustworthy. But honestly, what I'm feeling is this is where my fear factor comes in, right? I do feel like potentially someone was untruthful with me. And by the way, these Kings of Swords, they can't live in that type of energy when they're in the upright. When they're in the reverse, well, they could certainly be the one. But they're in the upright. And then the 2 of Swords. So the Princess is about to receive an unexpected cup. But it does feel like it's going to throw her in a little bit of a tizzy. You know, maybe she's with someone right now. And maybe the person she's with is just battling and battling and battling her. Like, I can do no right. So do I want to take a chance on another relationship where the one I'm in or just had, it was hard. 2 of Swords talks about a blindfold. And you do need to rip that blindfold off. You know, I feel like one of the biggest issues would be, can I learn to trust again? But the Sun's saying, we're going to illuminate the energy for you. And to me, what that means is as something comes toward you, its energy is going to be so clear that if you miss it, you're just not paying attention. I do not feel like this is talking about anyone is coming in that is carrying untrustworthy energy. Quite the opposite. I feel like this is someone you've already dealt with or maybe currently dealing with. Some of you may have dealt with that and then you're like, you know what, I'm just going to stay single. And that is totally your choice. But the 4 of Cups talks about discontentment in my life. So do I want to stay in that type of life or do I want change? That's completely up to you. Alright, I'm not going to stop on the 2 of Swords. Hello, 2 of Cups. So, we're looking at the 5 of Cups. And just like I said in the beginning, when this person in the 5 of Cups stops putting their focus on all that I have lost and starts putting their focus on all that is yet to be, whatever that may be. Again, the 2 of Wands, it's like, I don't know exactly where this journey is going to take me, but I can't wait to get started. 5 of Cups says, make that change, and I'm telling you, a soulmate's energy will be along your path. Well, here it is. Here it is. It's interesting because I feel like maybe I've gone from a karmic and now I'm moving into a soulmate energy. Now, if I'm moving into soulmate energy from a karmic, chances are I've learned the lesson. I've learned whatever lesson it carried. This is love. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic love, right? It could be 2 people who are collaborating together or just meant to collaborate together. But I do feel like for many of you, it is speaking about love. And it is speaking about the next chapter. Okay. Just trying to think, is there anything else I want to look at? Let's just go right across the board. Right across the board for any messages that maybe I have missed or anything else that wants to come out. Now is the time. Look at this. 6 of Cups. And then this split way over here. 8 of Pentacles. Interest. Again, can be collaboration. 6 of Cups talks about the remembrance of someone with happy memories. It's interesting because it's coming over the sun, so this can talk about from your childhood. You know, I'm talking about your childhood. Maybe it's your childhood home. You know, maybe like my story, you were together as teens or young adults, and then each went on their own separate way for whatever the reason. And maybe now we're reconnecting. I definitely feel like you're reconnecting. I feel like no matter what, this is happening, but that doesn't mean you have to accept it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can say no, but I have a feeling it's going to be very hard to say no, because this is very, what's the word I want to use? Like, very comforting, very, like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. You may get an unexpected phone call from someone you just, you know, you didn't expect. And then the 8 of Pentacles. You know, maybe you ask the question, can love really work out? Can a relationship really work out? Well, the 8 of Pentacles says if you're willing to put your focus on it, it's gonna succeed. Whatever you're willing to put your focus on is what you're going to grow. So can it work out? Absolutely. Do I need to be, you know, would it serve me to bring all these swords into the next relationship? No. Because then I'm putting all the weight of someone else on this person who is a soulmate. Now, again, I feel like this soulmate is helping to heal, and vice versa, those last broken little pieces. And then you two are setting out on an adventure. Like, wow, you're setting out on an adventure. And by the way, you're both wise. You've both gained a lot of wisdom through your lives. So that means to me that you both were willing to reflect. Right? You both are thinking about your spirituality, and I don't mean that like every day I think about my spirituality. No, but I understand that I am a spiritual being and I'm not limited. You know, the only limits I have are the limits I put on myself. 8 of Swords. 5 of Wands, someone else. But the Hermit is you coming to that realization. So, like-minded people. Well, certainly they're like-minded because they're soulmates. I feel like someone almost from your childhood. Just, I feel like, you know, feels very, very good. Especially because Judgment is here with the Sun. Judgment, come to the present moment, my child. Why? Because we want to allow you to have a rebirth. The opportunity for a rebirth is going to happen, and we're going to help guide you, and that you can trust. But you do need to rip blindfolds off. You do need to uncreate these prisons and put your trust in us and yourself. You just never know where these two of Wands are going to lead. I do. To a soulmate. Maybe, again, through some type of unexpected communication. It's interesting because a lot of the readings this month for September, I mean, this is the only third one, but I do feel the energy of, like, you know, almost like being through hell, but now I'm moving towards heaven. You know what I mean? But I had to get through it. I had to get through that dark night of the soul. And if I do, and if I'm willing, and if I'm asking those questions and I'm looking for that light, you're going to find that light. That light's going to find you. You are the light. You are the seed planter. 4 of Cups. If I don't do anything, then will my life not just stay the same? And if you're okay with that, you're okay with that. But if you're not okay with that, then some type of human action needs to be taken. And I swear, your guides are going to help guide you to the best possible outcome. And that you need to trust. All right, let's read Jesus. How could we not? Jesus. There it is. Jesus. Mother Mary sends you this card because you have a close and personal relationship with her son Jesus. And maybe some of you don't, but maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe you're really going to start seeing like these miracles take place in your life, and it's really going to like awaken your faith again. Okay, anyways. Mother Mary sends you this card because you have a close and personal relationship with her son Jesus. They both hear and lovingly answer your prayers. Jesus offers healing support to you and your loved ones, as well as helping you have faith in God's miracles of love. This card is also a reminder that Jesus loves you and everyone on this planet, regardless of your faith. He's a wonderful role model of forgiveness, integrity, and love that you can emulate in your current situation. Amen. 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 I love you guys. I just want to thank you quickly for your donations, helping to keep this channel alive. I want to thank you for subscribing. I want to welcome everyone who's new, and I want to thank everyone who's been with me. I definitely want to thank you for sharing the videos. I know a lot of you are sharing them, and I so appreciate that. Honestly, I just want to thank you for being here. I definitely want to thank you for your comments also. You know, I feel like more of you are sharing your experiences, and you're seeing how other people are relating to that. You know, remember the hermit. The hermit may just utter the hermit's own experience, but the hermit can then be the light to others. So your comments can be the light for others. Your words, definitely your actions. So prepare for, what's the word I want to use? Prepare for the unbelievable. Prepare for what you think maybe cannot take place, and instead put your trust and faith in God that it can and will take place, if that's the seed that you want to plant. If you don't want to plant any seeds, well, then don't expect a harvest. But if you plant a seed and you nurture that seed, baby, you're going to have some harvests, and they're going to be bountiful. Especially once you've learned the things that you have learned. All right. I love you guys. I thank you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.